always a pleasure to welcome you to Youth Empowerment Television Show here on Pan-African TV. And it's even more of excitement if I get the pleasure of sitting with a woman who is defying the odds. And this afternoon, I bet you I have been graced, and you and I would have the pleasure of listening to a woman who is one of a kind. I believe she's one in a million, because it takes a lot to be who she is, and I am excited to sit with her. She's part of a team that went to London by car. So if you are thinking of going to London by car, I think it's the best time for you to listen to us, because you get all the stories, all the juice, and all the tips as to how you can do that. So if you have any question, any comment, thoughts that are germane to the discussion this afternoon, share them with us on our WhatsApp number 0531320444. Let me also let you know that we are streaming live across the world on our Facebook page at Youth Empowerment TV Show, and so you can also equally share your thoughts with us there in the comment section, and I promise I'll read them with you. Today I'm sitting with Nana Ifwa Eduse, and she goes by the name Shecanic. I'm sure it's giving you, a tidbit of what we are going to be discussing. Hi Ifwa, you're welcome.
Hey. Thank you for having me.
You look good, and I like the helmet. I'm not...
Well, it's my protective gear, yes.
You're a bike girl.
I'm a biker, yes.
Yeah, you're a biker. I like that. I think my dad wanted me to be that, but I'm too fearu.
I haven't heard the story, because normally out here, I want to do it, but my parents wouldn't allow me. But for your dad to want you to, you should do it.
He bought me a motorbike, and he bought me two actually, but they are just in the house there because I'm too scared.
I'll tell you what.
I'm too scared.
Riding is a skill I believe everybody should acquire. Just even if you don't want to be a rider, just put it in the bag, because it's until you learn to ride a bike that you understand the essence of using your driving mirror of your vehicle. You get to understand why it's important, why the blind spots play a major role in a road accident. So yes, you should.
It's too scary for me, it's whenever I do ride, I always want somebody behind me. So
you ride?
I do, but not so much. I'm not sure I can ride yours. I just want the simple one. You just gas it and then you're directing and going. I don't want...
It's simple. Believe me, it's simple.
But still, it's still a little bit scary. It's good to have you on the show today. It's good to have you. I've gone through your profile. I've listened to a number of things that I've heard you say, and I'm like, wow, what goes into her mind when she wakes up in the morning? What is her thought process like? I want to get into this beautiful mind, because some people are sapiosexual. I think I'm a little bit like that, and so I see you as a very intelligent woman. And so let's talk about Shecanic. Why that name? It's so brilliant. It's very brilliant. Shecanic. Why that name? What went into the thought process of choosing that particular name?
Shecanic, it's a play of words. She can do anything she puts her mind to do. So every day that I hear Shecanic, it's a reminder to me that Nana, you can do this. Yeah. And also, I happen to be in the auto mechanic space. I was inspired by a lady in, I think, Chicago, where it was a hashtag. Shecanic was a hashtag back then. Like, no, this is really good, and I should be able to apply this to my work. So it's encouraging women to get into the space I'm in and even do more. It's encouraging myself that I can do anything I want to do, and also to put in some pride in what we do. Once upon a time, if you are a fitter, like what I call myself, it means you're either a school dropout or you just couldn't afford to go to school. Yeah. For that reason, we seem to have a large expertise gap in Ghana. A lot of people who are learning dressmaking or hairdressing or mechanic work they don't want to do it, they are forced to do it, and that's a big gap. So I decided, listen, something has to be done, something has to change. Why not Nanife go ahead and change that? Fast forward, it seems to be doing well.
I see, because it makes a lot of sense if I think about the fact that you are a mechanic and then you are a female, and so the name put together, it makes a lot of sense, and it's easy on the mouth. It's easy to say, Shecanic. It's just brilliant when you look at it. It's like, why didn't I think about that? It's very brilliant. So let's get to know Nana Ifwa before we come to the auto mechanic side of you. Where are you from? What was your childhood like?
Wow, when they say it takes a village to raise a child in Ghana, it's a typical example. From Jabin, I was born in Accra, went to school in Shecanic, and went on to Ibri Girls. But I grew up with a large family of cousins, always noisy house and playful house. Very, very close to my family. So I was raised by a village. Going through school, very exciting times. I was the lady, the one that would participate in everything. I started as a shy young girl, but with time I think I blossomed into something very beautiful. I will participate in everything and anything that is good, that is exciting. My days in Shecanic went on to do I was Miss Shecanic, went on to Ibri Girls, participated in a lot of school projects, played basketball for the school, got some freebies here and there, part of Gunza Club. I was very active. Now I went on to Tech, KNUST. My first degree was in rural development. Then also
that's a sharp contrast.
It is
to what you're doing now.
It is. I didn't
very sharp.
I didn't study engineering in school. I did not. So what you see is pure passion and apprenticeship. Pure passion, really, because I want to do it. I wasn't forced to do it. I want to do it. It wasn't a source of livelihood for me.
Okay.
It's to impact change, start a conversation. That is why I'm in this space. So yes, I didn't study engineering, but boy, I'm happy I didn't, because it would have put me in a certain box.
Yeah.
We see a lot of times what we learn in school and what goes on outside is so distinct, worlds apart. And I'm happy it really does take apprenticeship. Like, I'm sure what you're studying in school and what you're doing now, you realize that, it's a good thing you had to do an internship, and it's a good thing you are actually in the job. Because every day you learn something new. So that is how things have been. I'm sure as we go on, I get to talk more about it.
Yeah, we definitely would. But that's wow. So how did your parents take it? Because when you're a child, parents usually have dreams for their children, and then they see you take a certain toll, and then in the middle of it fizzle out and then go into a different lane. How did they take it? Were they very supportive? Were they happy? In a very African Ghanaian setting. You wake up one morning and tell your parents that my just percent be fita as a woman.
Right. I mean, if anybody had told me a couple of years ago that Dana, you'd be doing this, I would just laugh, because that wasn't what I wanted to do. Growing up as a child, we go through all these changes. Once you want to be a pilot, then you want to be a doctor, then you want to be a farmer, maybe. But I think ultimately what I've come to see is our parents do just want the best for us.
Yes,
they want us to be happy. They don't want us to repeat the mistakes that they
did.
And yes, they haven't found good ways to channel that or to make us understand this, so they seem to force us into it. But ultimately, when you find yourself doing something that is legit, more importantly legal, legit, they will get used to it. Now my mom, now she's realized that Shecanic is a serious thing. They are warming up to it. It wasn't easy. I mean, my dad wanted me to be a lawyer. I
think you would be a very great advocate. You would.
Maybe I'll go back to it. But yeah, with time they have warmed up to the idea of, hey, this girl is doing something that she loves and she's making a difference and it's bringing home money. So why not?
Yeah, when the money comes, they say money stops nonsense. When the money comes, I'm sure they will just, warm up to it. But when did you think about, doing this, Shecanic? When did you think about starting it? Did you think, let me just, get into this mechanic area? It brings money, and hell, I love doing it. So let me just get into it. Or did they have to take something to change your mind? Did something strike you? What happened?
Yeah, like what you call the light bulb moment.
Okay.
So before 2013, I used to sell right after my national service. Or a couple of months after national service, I used to sell pure water. I used to transport, go pick up special ice and take it to the market on a truck. 800 bags had to go. I went into selling scratch cards. I got vendors to sell scratch cards for me, and I went into selling banku and tilapia and
Okay, so
on the street.
I understand that's you, a picture
Yes,
of you
that's
working
me.
on something.
That's me. So
Wow.
we were fixing the engine. It was a BM3 series. Yeah.
Wow,
A V8 cylinder.
that is something, you know, because I know most women, when their cars break down, the only thing they can do is just call.
Well, it took me a while to get here, so I'm going to tell you the story.
Yeah,
it took me a while to get here. It didn't just happen
in one
day.
day.
I needed money. I decided, listen, I think I want to go do a 9 to 5 job because entrepreneurship is not certain. Your income, things do happen. So I want something that brings some form of security.
It's guaranteed.
So I went on to join a 9 to 5, but it still wasn't enough because I needed money to pay for my law school. So there was this company, a car company, that advertised that they were, and the offer was going to give me 100 CDs more than what I was receiving at my previous job. So I said, hey, you know what, just take it. Now, when I joined that company, knowing with my expertise, running my own business, I brought that same expertise to this business. What I mean, I took it upon myself to make it not just about his family and friends, where we had just about 8 cars in a month, to now having 30 plus vehicles in a month. The idea was to make it a household day. Now, when the workers are working, I won't just be an office girl. I go into the field, ask questions, get things done, ask to do it myself. So I was very hands-on. That is where I got the interest to want to learn. Another thing, another reason was when the owner would travel, he found that he thought he would have to close down the business because he couldn't rely on anybody. And that I thought had to stop. So when the owner is not around, I make sure that I provide all the solutions that the customers need. One time a customer came to the shop and he wanted to see my boss then. Why? Because he had an issue on his tie, and I was able to solve it. And that's when I realized, hey, Nana, you know what? You're onto something good, so keep going. People are surprised a woman can do it. You are inspiring other young women. Keep going. So that was it. And the need to change that narrative that a woman cannot do a man's job. One, they need to change the narrative that how we look down on mechanics in Ghana. I felt the need to change that. Then also the need to make young people know that as you go to church and pray for God to bless you to have your own business, when you get the chance to support or help somebody's business, do it well because you're a custodian of that. So those are the moments I realized, no, now you can do this, you can make a change, you should keep going.
I see. So do you know what I'm thinking? As you're speaking, the only thing I can picture is you in a shop, you know, repairing vehicles for men, women, and other people who bring it there. And the only thing that is really running through my mind is, how do men feel when they come to the shop and they have to leave their vehicles with you? Have you encountered a situation where a man doesn't feel like they can trust you enough with their car just because you are a female?
I did. No, at the beginning when I worked with this car business, some religions don't allow men to communicate with women in Ghana.
What religion is that?
Is it a Muslim? So they how do I put it?
What?
Yeah, they don't. They'd rather talk to a male than to talk to a woman because I think it's a bit degrading, or it is halal. Well, they have a word for it. So in the beginning, I was having such issues where they come to the shop and they wouldn't want to talk to you. Number two.
Wait, let me process that. Let me take a minute to process that.
Oh yes, like, they don't deal with them.
I know that certain tribes don't do that, but I didn't know religion.
Maybe it's tribe. Maybe I'm conflicting the tribe with religion, but they all have this.
Because I've had that encounter before where I ordered food and I was in a ladies' salon doing my hair, and the guy refused to enter the salon because it's a female salon. I was baffled. I was thrown off.
But then he was upset. No, it's a big deal. He was upset. I had the
audacity
to talk to him. So I've gone past that. Now, my name is Nana, and in Ghana, Nana could be for both
male or female.
So
yes.
I tend to get away with that a lot. People come to the shop and they come in and say, hey, I'm looking for Nana because I've been asked to bring my car to Nana. And I'm like, how may I help you? No, go and call me Nana. And I'll just smile like, okay, are you here to fix your car or you want to have a game of gender? You know, but it took a while for me to realize that, listen, Nana she not just does it herself, but she also has a team of able people who support her business. So I have come to understand the need for collaboration.
Okay.
There are things I won't even try to even know it all. Knowledge about vehicle maintenance, the vehicle engine and the systems are diverse. It's important you collaborate with a lot of people to get things done. So yes, we have a team of both men and women who get the job done.
So you're not the only woman there. There are other women with you there.
No, and men as well.
We already know men are in that space. We want to know about the women.
Yes.
It's really intriguing, you know. As a woman, I would honestly and earnestly feel very comfortable if I come to a shop and I see my fellow woman.
Thank you.
To work on my car, because I feel you would understand me better and I wouldn't have to explain myself too much.
It's interesting you mentioned that. Now I've got a lot of women who are also equally proud to say, oh, Shecanic, I'm also a sprayer and I want to be a part of the circle. We've got a lot of people coming out to express willingness to be part of this. So yes, I think what you're saying makes sense, that you'd want to bring your car to a female.
Yes,
she feels your pain.
Definitely.
Now, I have a campaign that says, bring your shop to someone who feels your pain, who also wears heels and understands
you know. Yeah,
that seems to go on well. Yeah, so thank you. I look forward to working on your car.
Definitely. But let's go back a little in time and see, you and a team of people woke up one day and decided to travel from Ghana to London for digitalization, if my memory serves me right.
Yes.
What went into that decision, and what it's a lot. It takes a lot of guts.
I agree.
So we have pictures and displays of it on the screen.
Yes, this is one of the vehicles that we took. One of the vehicles that was
that's you. Yes, I've seen this picture.
This should be in Mali.
This should be in Mali. Okay.
This should be in Mali.
Okay.
My shoes were still white.
Oh, they change color when you
Yes, I was wearing the same shoes, so yeah, it gets dusty, gets dirty as we progress.
But what made you guys decide to do that, and how was the journey? Was it a smooth road? Because I know a number of people who are watching this interview because they want tips and they want to jackpot from Ghana to UK.
Legally, please, jackpot from Ghana to UK legally.
Yeah.
I mean, that's where I can help you. The legal means. If you're going to go illegally, I don't know.
Okay.
So I want to say, I'm not a core part of the group. I joined them.
Okay.
So I was also told that this was it. They decided, a group of young men who said, hey, you know what? When these foreigners are coming to Africa, they drive. So why can't we also do the same?
Yeah.
Why must always the narrative be that if Africans are going there, it's either stowaway or all sorts of dubious means?
Yeah.
Let's change the narrative.
Yeah.
So these are men who found the need to change things. Like, hey, when you see these Arab guys in London driving their cars, we can also drive our cars, preferably as a made in Ghana car. I'm sure that's what they wanted to do. Hence they went to see a couple of the guys that manufacture cars in Ghana, but it didn't go as planned. So there's a group of people who have decided to, they put in a lot of efforts. Mr. Teddy Pepper Woodwoods has a story that says that they started the preparation back in 2019, even before COVID.
Wow.
Even before COVID, when they wanted to do this, but COVID happened and they had to stay. So a lot of preparation had gone into it. Prepara and Enim and the 9 other guys had put in a lot of work. Saka, Kwame, they put in a lot of work. So yes, it was exciting. Now, if you ask me how it was great. Also because they put in a lot of work, a lot of preparation had gone into it, so it was easy. It looked easy for me to just sit back and just follow along or tag along, because somebody or a group of people had already put in
the work. Okay.
Right? Now, in a country like Mali, if they didn't research and know a little bit of what's going on, we would have been in trouble. What do I mean? So Mali at the time was going through issues with the militants and then the Fulani. But in the northern parts of Mali, but then lucky for us, they have a law and agreements that if you haven't said the first prayer, you are not allowed to attack anybody.
Okay.
Some form of agreement. So imagine we didn't know this and we just go through Mali, normal anytime. We would have been in trouble. The idea was to zoom through the town, zoom through Mali before 6 a.m.
Oh.
So even though
okay.
while I was driving, we'd see these militants with the guns. I felt safe because I know you haven't said your first prayer, so you're not supposed to attack
They are
them.
very religious. They follow their rules very
Don't go
well.
for religion.
It could be good and bad.
No, but don't say it loud.
Definitely. Yeah.
So with that, I was very grateful. So we're able to go through Mali. And then Mauritania, the thing about Mauritania is we're very strict on their window tinting laws. It was illegal for us to have tinted our windows.
Wow.
Even though we paid the fine, they still took us to their, in Ghana, what you call the police headquarters. So yeah, for
just because of tinted windows.
Yeah, it's a big deal. So because maybe they'll say, what if you are some mercenaries?
Yeah.
Bringing something to our country.
Yeah.
Or,
Terrorists, you know? Yeah.
So the bad side was we're not booked in. So the ambassadors didn't know where we were because they hadn't booked into the system.
Okay.
So we're detained for a couple of hours. Nobody knew where we were. So that was a bit. It was those scary moments. But aside that, Africa is beautiful. Africa is not so risky as the world would make us believe. I would say travel and see for yourself. The Western media has a way of making everything look so bad.
Yeah.
But when you actually go through it, you realize, oh, it's not so bad. Case in points, if there's an issue in the northern part of Ghana, it would be just two families fighting. The news would be
exploded like it's the whole Ghana.
The whole Ghana. So that's what happens.
If they get two pictures of just some few kids who are barefoot, not getting food,
there you go.
They make it as
Africa,
if we aren't able to afford.
So this trip, if you ask me, was able to not just put Ghana on the map, but also make the world see that Africa is beautiful. I remember my interview at BBC. I was asked. And this is with all the 10 minutes interview, the one thing he said to me was, oh, he's sure it wasn't until I got to Spain or Italy that I got good food. And I said, no, we had the best food in Mauritania. We had the best food in Mali. Because I realized then, even though we're trying to project a beautiful story, he was still fixed on Europe must be better than Africa because that's what he knows. So I had to educate him. No, Mauritania is beautiful. The food tastes great. Mali is beautiful as well. So yes, it was quite an experience.
Would you do it again?
Oh, absolutely. We haven't been to all parts of Africa yet. I haven't been to all parts of Ghana. So yes, I will do this over and over again. Maybe not the same route because I've already been through that. But another route in Africa. Absolutely.
But so were you part of the team as a mechanic they could rely on, or you just joined to have the experience?
No, I just joined to have my experience. I didn't join as the mechanic. These men before this trip were already doing road trips. They understood their vehicles. I learned a lot from Kwame Pepra. So if there was any mechanic on the trip, I would say it was Kwame Pepra. He was the hands-on guy. It just happened to be that I was list-based. I'll give you an example. If I was a barber, the story would have been the barber for the team. If I was a chef, it would have been the chef for the team. So it just happened that I'm in that space. I mean, I think it's grace. I say it was grace that found me. That if I hadn't joined this trip, nobody would have known about Shecanic. So it turned out well for me. Even though I wish I could say yes, I was a mechanic for the trip. I wish, but it was a boot camp for me. I learned not just how these cars behave in a varying condition, but I also got a lot of help and knowledge from Kwame Pepra because I asked a lot of questions. I want to know about these cars. So yes, I got help from Kwame.
I see. You seem to love cars. You seem to love vehicles. You have such a beautiful mind of how cars operate and how so now let's talk about Shecanic. Is it now like a group or what is it exactly? Break it down for us. Educate us. What really is Shecanic?
So Shecanic is a call for change. It's a clarion call for people to get interested in their vehicles, i.e. women. It's also a call for women to get into the male-dominated spaces. So it's a movement. Shecanic is a movement. However, the business side of Shecanic is an academy, a group of women who fix cars. So it's an academy, and we also train people as well. So it's two sides of it.
Okay.
Two sides of Shecanic. So when you hear Shecanic, you are a Shecanic, because every day that you get up and you get things done, you've been able to do things. You are a Shecanic.
Yeah.
So it is a movement.
I see. So can people enroll in this academy? What is the process?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
What do I need to do if I want to join the academy? Do I have to get a certain education level? Do I need, are there certain criteria that I have to satisfy before I can be a Shecanic?
We go for the mindsets.
Okay.
Mindsets. So first of all, you have to be a woman. But then, more importantly, you should have the right
Part to the women today. I'm very excited this afternoon. Like, it makes me excited, you know, to meet on my show various different women who are in. The other time I interviewed an engineer. She's a woman, an engineer, and she's a model as well. So you see the contrast: a model and then an engineer. It's like
soft and hard part.
Like, it's mind blowing, you know.
She's able to do it so gracefully,
effortlessly. And when you look at her, you wouldn't think that she would do that. But
that's the power of a woman.
Multitasking, it's our thing. Now, you were telling us about how we can get into this academy, because probably I'll be looking at enrolling. My producer, you'll be losing me soon. I'm gone.
so yes, it's a mindset, and for the Shecanic Academy also, we're able to link you to the right industry. So let's say you studied, you want to be a tiler. You got on to, we teach you how to do the tiling, and also to put you in the industry, like a company that is big on that they can then go on to nurture you. So not just about training you and leaving you, but also linking you.
But that's something else.
It's very important.
It's not just when you said Shecanic, because of the mechanic aspect, I'm always only thinking that is the only thing.
She can't do anything. She puts
tiling.
So there's female sprayers.
Car sprayers.
Yes, also sprayers, and even body painters. I mean, sorry, the
house painting.
Painting as well. So it's female in male-dominated spaces. Recently, I met an aircraft engineer, aircraft maintenance engineer. She is aircraft, yeah.
As in air.
Yes,
aircraft.
Airplane. Yes, fixing.
Wow.
Absolutely. So when you're done, you know, you agree with me. Back in school, we don't have enough hands-on practical.
Yes,
so when you
definitely.
come out, it's almost as if you have to learn everything brand new. Now, when you join the Shecanic Academy, if it's auto you want to do, yes, we've linked up with Toyota to go on to train people. So it's about making sure that apart from we also training you, these companies have the right people to employ. It's
so that you don't just get the knowledge and go and sit at home wasting it, but you actually get.
These are our sustainable practices. It's important to me that in 10 years I can point and say, you know, this lady right here, it was because of Shecanic Academy that she's there. I mean, that is the impact we're trying to do. We have to have sustainable means. It's not just about training and letting you go, no, but making sure you are safe, keeping you safe, making sure every now and then mentorship. We make sure we put you in the right place and watch you grow, so that you can also pay it forward. Very important.
They say if you educate a man, you educate one person, but if you educate a woman, you educate a whole nation.
There you go.
There you go. It takes a lot to do that, you know, to work with other people, to collaborate with other people, and to train other people. It takes a lot. How has it been like? First of all, let me find out, how old is Shecanic?
Shecanic, well, I joined the car company in 2013, so it's been 10 years plus, but Shecanic started in 2017.
Okay.
So,
yeah,
2017, 6 years?
Yeah, 5-6 years.
5-6 years. Or 7.
My math is not good, so please calculate it at home and send it to me. Please send it to me on 053-132-0444. I'll be checking for it. So
it's been that long, but if you ask me, it feels like we just started yesterday, because every time we learn something new, every challenge we have to find a sustainable way, an innovative way to go around it. So we keep evolving, we keep learning from our mistakes and getting better. So even though it's been that long, it hasn't been.
It doesn't feel like that. Now that you brought up challenge, what what days or what have been some encounters that you would say, this day has been so challenging, this thing has challenged me so much, I wish I didn't even start this thing? Has there been a time like that? Have you had a point in your 6-7 years of doing this? Have you had that?
I'm still going through that every day.
Really?
Yes, I am. Every day, the men to set up to do something when the dream is that big, it's scary. Sometimes I get scared. I get imposter syndrome, if not all the time. But the Shecanic, as I said, is a reminder that I'm supposed. People are looking up to me. I know I'm inspiring a lot of young girls. So
myself included.
Well, thank you.
Myself included.
I need to keep going. I cannot fail. I need to keep going. And my challenges, I see them as a way to get better. I refuse to see it as a challenge. I have to tell myself this every time. It's just a way to get better. Having to work with people, human resource, the need to collaborate. I mean, you can't do away with collaboration. But also, it's so what's the word for it? It can be so degrading when you need to rely on someone, but the person doesn't see or understand your vision. Where they take things for granted. Things like that. I mean, when no, we want perfection. We shouldn't drop the ball every time, because at the end of the day, the customer say, Shecanic, I gave the car to you, but along the line, I had to also give the car to someone who's supposed to spray the car or do the body works, and they just mess it up and affects everybody. So human resource has been one of my biggest ways of going about things. People say ejuma in Ghana, but ejuma in Ghana, honestly. But it's about we just not having the thoughts or the ability to get things done right. These same people, you take them to other parts of the world and they are the best workers. But in Ghana, for some reason, they just refuse to do things right. And that is what I need to consider tackling. Another thing is creating safe space for these women. Now, I've gone on to encourage women to enroll in TVET schools. I've gone on to encourage people to get into engineering. Just yesterday, Legon Engineering School recorded an increment in the number of women in the faculty, which is great. So the Shecanic movement is working. But these women are not safe. What do I mean? Issues of sexual harassment, issues of sexual abuse at the workplace, at schools. So now that's another way to look at it, creating safe space for these women. So as we push for women to get in there, it's our responsibility, all of us, to nurture and make sure these young ladies are safe to stay in school, not get pregnant along the way, and to stay in school. So these are some of the challenges now. I see.
That's a lot to take in. I'm processing the last bit of women, and then one thing that, preparing towards this interview, one thing that I came across was that when you said people would do things haphazardly and then they would want you to take it like that, and then it jeopardizes the work for even the future of somebody bringing their vehicles back to you. It just came to my mind that the other time I was watching an interview of a television presenter, and she said she can't afford to make mistakes, because if she makes a mistake, the next generation of women who want to be in her shoe will be penalized for her mistake. And that just came to me that if you make a mistake on a man's car, he would immediately take it to another man. But if the man makes a mistake, he's very comfortable taking it to another man. And that just came to my mind. I'm like, oh boy.
It's the same thing with women in government. I mean, it took a while for us to call for women or even fight for women to be in these high positions. So when they don't do right by us, when they don't do right by us, it's not just the office that they are defining, but all of us. They are not making a good case for the rest of the women that want to come into that space. So yes, it's when a woman is in charge, she's looking at not just her credibility, but she's looking at the next generation. I need to put some excellence in this. This office has to be an office of excellence at all, by all means, at all costs.
I see. So if somebody wants to come into the academy, is there a way we can call? What are we supposed to do? What is the process of joining the academy?
We haven't opened new enrollment now. We are
Okay.
dealing with the ones that we already have, but it will be put on our socials. We are very active on Instagram. We are very active on Facebook and on Twitter. Shecanic GH all across. Shecanic GH all across the socials. Instagram, Facebook, everywhere. Threads. I think TikTok we should be there as well.
Okay.
Now these socials, Gen Zs are doing a good job. I don't know how you guys are able to keep up, but they're doing a good job.
Yeah.
So we are very social. We are very social all over. So you'll find us. If there's a call for enrollment, we'll put it there.
So if I'm to ask you as a young girl who is watching you, some maybe few tips to maneuver my way through, since we are putting the spotlight on, you know, females in male-dominated careers, how can I get through? What are the tips that you would share? Because you are in a highly male-dominated career, and trust me, it must be very difficult. But like you said, Shecanic.
Yeah.
So what are some tips that you would share with us, especially young ladies who are watching, who want to get to probably your career path or different male-dominated career paths? What can we do to overcome the stereotypes, the looking down on us, and the many challenges that would be would face? What can we do?
I would say two things that has always guided me. Emotional intelligence.
Okay.
They say when a woman is able to separate her emotions from her management skills, she is the best manager. And it's true. Women go through 4 personality traits in a month. So if you're able to separate,
why are you telling on us, Lord?
once you're able to like manage how your emotion, how you feel, you're able to. Yeah, so emotional intelligence, stick to what you want to do.
Yeah.
And then number 2, it's good to set goals. Yes, by all means set goals, but put them in steps. Someone once said that before you be the best builder, concentrate on laying one block and be the best bricklayer. Be the best bricklayer. So just concentrate on just that one step. Be the best at it. Let it be said that it's you, Nanefua, that can do this best. So that's how life is a process. That's how you go from A to B. If I wasn't well prepared for this 10,000 kilometer story, it wouldn't have fitted right. It would have just been, another girl who just went. But because I had prior to this, I have well prepared for it.
Yeah.
It just was right. It fell in place. So yes, you should be prepared. See every day as a way of preparation for the ultimate.
So finally, what is the most challenging part of fixing cars? What makes it so challenging?
Oh boy, the fact that even the owner doesn't know about the car. The fact the owner doesn't even know about the car. So having to explain to someone who is not reading his manual or her manual that this is what your car is and this is what your car needs. Sometimes it's not off as challenging, but I think with time I've come to realize that it comes with it. People, you're in a position of trust, so you should be able to know that whatever you say is final. So for me, I'm constantly reading about the new technology. I'm constantly learning more stuff so that when I talk to you, I'm not just throwing dust in your eyes. I know exactly
what you're saying
about your car that you don't even know. So I think that's one of the reasons why people still keep coming to Shecanic, because I'm making sure you have the right experience with me. Not just about taking your money, but also how you feel, how comfortable you are bringing your car to Shecanic.
But the money is good. The money is good.
The money is good.
I like the way you're stretching it. So I have some messages on Facebook. Eunice Bracco says very educative, and then she puts fire emojis there. And Jesse, we've missed you. You have to come on the set soon. And he says, how does she balance the need to assert herself professionally with the expectations placed on women in male-dominated fields?
Well, you see, we're not here to fight with the men. I mean, our roles are very, very different.
Yeah.
ours is just using the female charm to get things done.
Yeah.
People walk in and they have different expectations. I've got people coming in because they just want to come and see the girl. You see, so how
right?
Curiosity. Now it's up to me to turn that curiosity to how do I get him to not only come back again, but also go and be my campaigner, go and be the one to call more people. So I found innovative ways of making it happen. I'll give you one of it. When I had my car wash, I had free breakfast. The free breakfast was targeted at drivers, ride-hailing drivers and company drivers, and it worked like magic. Also, I know all my customers by their name, and I will converse with you. So all these things helps give these clients experience. So if you come to my shop, hey Kwame, it's saying, how did you go the last time with your child's school? And so you feel okay. This girl is not just about my car. But we're able
she cares about me.
There's a connection. So there's a reason there are lots of car shops in Ghana, but you still will bring your car to Shecanic because when you're there, you not just get free car wash or you not just get the free breakfast, but you're able to have a conversation.
I'll be passing by for the free breakfast.
So yeah, these are some of the tips. These are some of the tips.
Okay, so wrapping up, there are a lot of people who are watching us this afternoon. Some inspired just as much as I am this afternoon because I believe I can do more than I do for myself every day because of what you've shared with us today. What are your final words? What would be the final things that you would say on the show today so that we'll take home with us that this is what I heard from Nane Dusay. This is what I heard from Nane Fua this afternoon.
There's a lot I want to share, but I'll put it in just a few words. Your dreams are valid.
Okay.
Your aspirations are valid. Do not wait for anyone to approve of it. Keep going. Stay focused. Yes, it is said that things are tough. It is true. But also Ghana is a developing country for a reason. Anything that you plant grows in Ghana. Anything that you decide to do works in Ghana. You just have to be creative. Don't wait for the opportunity to come to you. Go and grab it. Create the opportunity. Actually, go grab it. So yes, your dreams are valid. Make things happen. Be encouraged. Stay focused.
Okay, let's get your socials. Some of us, I know some of you will go there. So let's get your socials.
So on Instagram, it's Shecanic GH.
Okay.
On Threads, it's Shecanic. On Twitter, X, it's Shecanic.
Yeah.
On Facebook, it's Shecanic. And Shecanic is spelled SHECANIC. So we are on
no underscores, no dot, and
so Shecanic GH is Shecanic underscore GH.
Okay. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you. It's an honor. It's an honor. And I love Pan-African television. You guys are doing something great. Thank you for what you do for the youth.
Oh.
Thank you.
I've just gotten all my flowers today. I really don't need anything today. If I don't even eat today, I'm full because, thank you. It's been such a pleasure having you on the show. And I look forward to us being meeting again on the show frequently so that we can inspire all the beautiful girls out there and even men out there who want to get into fields that they have self-doubt and all of that. Like she said, your dreams are valid. Remember to watch Pan-African TV, not just after this show, but for all the various programs we have for you. Tomorrow you would watch Ghana Students Most Beautiful here on Pan-African TV at this same time. You don't want to miss it, trust me. I'll see you next week Tuesday when we meet. Take care. Bye-bye.